G'day and welcome to Chillout 3D Modeling. I'm Eric, and today we're going to be making some loaves of bread. Now, as always, you got to start with the reference images. I've got a few here that are from online and a couple that I just made myself. Big fan of baking. It's great fun. You should try it. I'll be making 4 pieces of bread today. One will be just a simple loaf, square loaf. One will be a more oblong loaf, as if it hasn't been put in a bread tin. Another will be plaited, like braided like hair. And the final one will be a little bread roll. Here you can see me having a bit of trouble getting the exact shape of the oblong bread, as I sometimes have trouble trying to get natural shapes looking natural. After I was finished with the oblong bread, I decided to move on to the bread roll. This one was so much easier than the other two, as it's just a square, a cube, that I've then added a subdivision surface modifier to give it a round shape, and then I fiddle with it from there to give it a more fatter bottom than at the top. Now it's onto the most complicated of the loaves. This one is the weaved loaf, where it'll look like it has multiple pieces of bread all weaved into each other to make one whole loaf. This is the most complicated one, as it requires, just look at it in the reference images. It's a very complicated shape compared to the others. The way I do this is I use the individual loaf, the oblong one, as the base, and I kind of draw the general shape of the weaved loaf over the top. Once I have a general outline shape in and faces applied, I take each of those faces and extrude out. These will be the individual parts of a weave, if you could say that, where those are the parts that will be sticking out the most. Here I do a bit of trial and error, as I try and get it to generally look like a weaved loaf of bread, as based on the reference images behind it. I try pinching in the sides to make it sharper, reduce those, eventually finding a nice middle ground that I like. After the modeling has all been completed, I then go back and start to UV unwrap in preparation for the texturing. once the UV wrapping is at a point that I'm happy with, I export it, all the individual models, and take them over to Substance Painter for texturing. For the textures, I wanted to do a nice simple bread texture, but you also see me here experiment with a few different what I want on the top and how I want the texture to actually feel. Some of the experiments that you can see here, I export in the video, but I later go back outside of the video and redo them just to make it nice and simple. Like on the bread roll, I remove any markings on the top. I forgot to include in the video that I add a layer to the bread texture to have a little crustiness in the normal map so that the bread is not perfectly flat when in the final render. Finally, I put everything together, apply all the textures, put them together into a scene, and render it. Thank you for watching till the end of the video. It means a lot to me. If you want to use any of the 3D models I make in any of the videos, they can always be found through the link to my Sketchfab in the description. If YouTube doesn't let me put the link there for some reason, my username is Eric the Block on Sketchfab, or even ArtStation if you don't want to use Sketchfab. All my models are free to use. If you want to use any of the music, I've also put that in the description. None of it's mine, but they make really good music. Thank you again for watching till the end of the video. Have a good day.